with all that being said, let's get into the news for this week because we don't have a lot of movie news, but what we do have is very dense movie news by and large. So first up, James Gunn on Superman's birthday slash anniversary, one of the big Superman days. It's now 85 years of the Man of Steel. He has announced that his Superman Legacy, is now deep in pre-production. To which I'm just going, I feel like it's been deep in pre-production for a while. You just felt like deciding today because it's like a Superman day to announce it,
Yeah.
but whatever boat your float there, James Gunn. And naturally, if James Gunn breathes, it creates a Twitter firestorm of.
Yeah.
I saw something about like him posting a picture of him and the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy in Nathan Fillion shirts, and Snyder cultists were just like, "How dare you post a tweet about a shirt the same day Zack Snyder posted a tweet about a shirt?" And I'm just going, "Are you kidding me? Really?" But I feel like we haven't talked about this in a little bit just because they've been radio silent on this. James Gunn has talked about that now that they're deep in pre-production, they've got like they're already working on like costume designs and
Hmm.
production stuff, probably storyboards and whatnot. I firmly believe that they have some casting done. Not any of the major casting, though the one in particular, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have their eyes on certain people for like Lois or Perry White, because if we're doing a young Superman who's just
Hmm.
starting out at Daily Planet, we need a Perry White. We will probably get a Jimmy Olsen this time around that is, you know, alive the
Actually,
entire time.
yeah, actually, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. And I mentioned this in my Smallville series review. You should all check that out because it's fantastic. Um, there's something that I've wanted from a Superman movie for a while, but I just don't know if they would ever actually do, and that is Pa Kent being alive long enough to see his son be Superman, at least for a little bit. Like, I get that in the Christopher Reeve one
Hmm.
and in the Zack Snyder one, he died, and also Smallville, he died, and that taught his son a lesson that you can't save everyone. But in other incarnations, like Superman Man of Tomorrow, and multiple times in the comics, Jonathan is alive long enough to see Clark be Superman for a couple years, and like Smallville, the Kent farm is like his other fortress of solitude. Like when he needs advice, go talk to your parents like an adult. Like any other struggling 20 or 30 somethings, just go, "Hey, I broke something. How do I fix it?" Like too relatable. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. I know they said that they're not going to start filming anything till the beginning of 2024. I'm fully expecting in the next couple months to see some casting announcements. So, we haven't talked about casting very much for this project, but Superman aside, what do you think of some casting choices that could make you even more excited for this? What do you think about this officially being in pre-production? Thoughts on Superman Legacy, Josh?
I yeah, I'm excited just because it's James Gunn. He's obviously done the script. It's there's definitely like they've got to be way farther along than they're letting on. But as far as casting, I think you hold off Lois just a little bit before you announce Superman, and then I guess you can do like Perry White and Jimmy Olsen. To me, Perry and Jimmy aren't that big of a deal as long as the characters are like around. I I know this won't happen, but I would love Lawrence Fishburne to come back as Perry. I loved his Perry White.
Yeah, same.
Uh, and to be fair, and I feel bad because I don't remember his name, but the guy that they got to play Jimmy Olsen,
Oh yeah, that guy from Zoom.
for all 13 10 minutes. Yeah, I would love for him to give him a good crack at it because he does have that kind of look of Jimmy Olsen.
I do
Um,
want Jimmy to be younger than Superman though, and that's the.
yeah, I can, yeah, kind of have that like look that older brother kind of feel connection between them. Um, Fine if that's the case. Uh, Maybe not Finn Wolfhard, but one of the Stranger Things kids could be fun. Um, I don't know. Maybe. Oh my gosh, the kid that plays Dustin, if he played
Yes.
Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, don't. He's even
Okay.
already got the lisp and
It'd
everything.
be so good. It'd be so much fun.
Honestly, any of the Stranger Things kids. Maybe not Finn Wolfhard because he's actually aged.
Yeah, all that too.
But if you want to
Um,
mix things up, go with oh, what is his name? Caleb McLaughlin. Who is his um
oh, I'm
basketball
sorry.
player?
Yeah. Uh,
Lucas.
oh gosh, dude, I should be way more unfamiliar.
Lucas.
Yeah, his Lucas. Yeah. Lucas would be fun. I'd like that. That could be a lot of fun. I think because if we're going to Daily Planet, to me, I don't think Lex Luthor is your main bad yet.
Not yet, no.
I think you're doing someone that's a little bit
Parasite.
Parasite or oh gee, oh no, I was gonna say whatever.
Lobo.
I forgot the name of that guy that was like he's got a heart of kryptonite, but that might be a little too early
Metallo.
for him. Yeah, Metallo might be a little early for that. Way too early for Bizarro. I really don't want to retread Zod right off the bat. So I'm trying to think of who that leaves. I mean,
Mr. Mixel-Pitalik.
I kind of almost want. I kind of want somebody. Oh, what's the He's got that villain that can create like that like he affects the weather.
Weather Wizard?
Geez. Yeah, let's go Weather Wizard. Give him somebody who can like affect multiple places at once, and so he has to like do the process of elimination and be like, okay, how like actually think through the problem, not just like I'll punch it as hard as I can kind of situation. You know what I mean?
So I haven't really thought too much about the casters. I've seen plenty of like Superman fan castings
Yeah.
and whatnot, except for one that I can't get out of my head of just going, oh dear God, this would be genuinely perfect casting. For his father, for Jonathan Kent, I really, really want it to be Dennis Quaid because
Yes. Gosh, I love Quaid. I love that man.
clarify, Dennis, not Randy. Dennis.
Yeah, fair.
Dennis Quaid would adopt his alien son. Randy would fully believe that he is the alien son.
Yeah.
Randy's bonkers. But no, Dennis Quaid. I feel like Jonathan Kent needs to have that like old school Norman Rockwell Americana. As much as I don't like a lot of Zack Snyder's like directing choices, full props to his casting department. He casts perfectly for all the DC movies, and I think casting Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent was a brilliant move. Do I always agree with the portrayal of Jonathan Kent?
Fair.
Yeah, it's okay to kill children. No, I don't agree with that choices. But casting wise, perfect. So you got big shoes to fill for that. But also, yes, it's been memed to death, but Martha is an important character to also get right. So I think Diane Lane was great and Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel. So finding someone warm, maybe it's just because I think of Amazing Spider-Man, but Sally Field.
Yeah, dude, I was insane. Like, if we're doing Dennis Quaid, yes, Dennis and Sally would be perfect. I love it. I it's so great because
or Tom Hanks.
Dennis is in that movie, The Rookie, and instantly I'm thinking like that version of Dennis who's like in the cornfields throwing baseball stuff like that. Oh, that would be great. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. I just love Sally, so I would love to see more of her. I'm trying to think of who else though, but yeah, Sally Fields would be fantastic for Martha. I have no issues with that.
I know this is a popular fan cast, and she even voiced the character in Superman Man of Tomorrow, but Alexandra Daddario as Lois Lane, I would be very much okay with.
I think Lois is tricky. Lois is very, very, very tricky because she does have to fulfill so many check marks as a character. She can be exposition. She has to be the how do we say that? She has to be the damsel in distress that, and like I get, but that's not a damsel in distress in that she is not a damsel. She's always a damsel against her will kind of situation where like people, Superman villains know that, if you want to get to Superman, go after Lois for some reason. But then she's also got to be like a competent reporter. and a competent, like, interesting person. She's not just fodder, she's not a side character necessarily. She might as well be like a second main character if we're being honest. Um, yeah, Cesario would be good. I think maybe if we want to switch things up.
Depends on what age we're looking at here.
Yeah, that's the other big thing, is because they also have to be the love interest of Superman, and it has to not be creepy. Has to not be weird. So I think Lois will be hard to cast until we cast Superman, obviously.
Yeah.
I think whoever James picks, I will be stoked about. And that's not me saying that as James, like a James Gunn apologist or anything like that. I just think that James has such a vision right now for this script that anybody that he's picked, he's thoroughly thought through and has vetted a ton of people, whether it be big name, small name, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. I think I'm going to be pretty okay with whoever he picks.
Yeah, I think for Superman, he's going to go with somebody like we're not expecting at all.
Agreed.
Like somebody completely out of left field, because that's kind of the legacy of Superman. Like Christopher Reeve was nobody. Henry Cavill was the forever bridesmaid, but never a bride. Even Tyler Hoechlin on Superman and Lois, like he had Teen Wolf before that, but he wasn't like the biggest name in the world. I think Seventh Heaven too. For me, and this is just will be my process, whoever they end up casting, my first instinct will be to see them in interviews, not movie performances, but interviews, because
Yes.
I think Superman as a character, it's going to sound weird to say, but it can't be an act. It has to emanate from who you are as a person. Christopher Reeve was a phenomenal person on and off the camera, always helping people, always just explaining in interviews Superman's a friend, he's there, he's compassionate, he's this, that, or the other thing. Henry Cavill, I know he doesn't have as good of a reputation as he has now. I still firmly believe that in all the interviews, that deep down he's a good person, he's a good ambassador for the brand. He understands, as Superman, kids will always see me as Superman, and I take that very, very seriously. That's always one of the main reasons I loved him as Henry Cavill as Superman, is because he understood the responsibility that came with the role. We hear nothing but nice things about him. Same with Tyler Hoechlin. Supposedly he's one of the nicest guys in the world, and you see him in interviews and whatnot. He's polite, he's respectful. That's kind of what I look for in an actor, of just like, I don't want an actor that's got like a bad boy reputation, or like he's known for this, that, or the other thing. Because
so what you're saying,
no
so
Robert Downey Jr.
Ezra Miller is off the table.
He should be off the table just in general. But like,
yeah.
But Superman at his core is a kind person, and I think whoever plays them needs to be a kind person, and that's why I think it's somebody we probably have never seen before. It's this big undertaking. I do not envy whoever they end up casting, because you're gonna get the inevitable Ben Affleck Batman or Michael Keaton Batman situation. If you get a whole bunch of people immediately comparing him to Henry Cavill, you get people immediately comparing him to Christopher Reeve. I'm like, no matter who gets cast as Superman, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced at a Comic-Con this year of who the Superman is.
That's a good venue for it.
I think whoever it is, y'all relax and actually see how it is, because it happens with every major superhero casting. Ben Affleck is Batman. That's the worst casting choice of all time. Now, those exact same people, why aren't they bringing Ben Affleck's Batman back? He was perfect. Like, I don't get the people that are the most vocal in defending one thing are the ones that are always so vocal against said thing when it's first announced. It's people don't like change until the change comes and you find out it's for the better. Oh, wow, Robert Pattinson's Batman was actually good. I loved that casting choice from day one. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Shut up. The amount of memes that were like, "Oh, we got the guy from Twilight." Okay, sure, whatever. Like, shut up. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be great to actually have a. It'll be great to have like a Superman movie. Honestly,
it just sounds so weird because the last one came out 10 years ago,
which is wild.